I work for UPS, and I'm a senior project manager there, and I work on the UPS cost budget for the automotive fleet, and I also oversee the telematics project for our global fleet and several other projects throughout the corporate office. Well, they came to our high school when I was a junior, I believe, is when I was exposed to them first, and I knew at that time that I wanted to go into the automotive industry, and I had a couple other schools in mind, but this seemed to fit me. And while I started at Lincoln Tech, they offered an associate's program, which my parents strongly encouraged me to do, and very happy that I took advantage of that. Training was great. You get out of it what you put into it, and it definitely provided a base for theory and how things work. And then, I was able to take that and, put it to real life as soon as I got out. It had a lot to learn afterwards, but still, it was definitely a great foundation. As soon as I graduated, I had in mind that I wanted to get a career and get started so I could get married, and have a way to raise a family and all that. So I started out working at a local dealership near where I grew up, making about $5 an hour, and really, learning from a lot of the senior technicians there. And then decided I needed to go to a bigger city to expand my horizon. So I got a job at a dealership in South Bend, Indiana, which for me, that was a big city at the time. And became a line mechanic there, got a lot more experience working at a Ford dealership. And that point, I had an opportunity to become a service writer, and I thought, well, I'll see what the management side of the automotive industry might be like. Tried that for a while, wasn't my cup of tea. Went back to being a line mechanic, and then Sunday opened up the newspaper, and there was an ad for UPS in there, and I took the ad and talked to my wife about it. We were married at the time. I'm like, they're paying $18 an hour at UPS, so. Went to the interview, and there was 80 to 100 people there, and I stood in line all day long with all those folks. I was the only mechanic the only applicant for a mechanic's position that came in with a tie on. So I practiced the interview the night before. My wife, asked me questions that they thought they might ask, and I got the job. And so when I got hired on at UPS, I took every opportunity. Anytime there was a chance to do something different. I was a mechanic for a while, but I got promoted into management, done special assignments all over the country. I've been transferred to 4 or 5 different states, so I had a lot of opportunity within UPS to where I currently am now. I'm in the corporate office in Atlanta, Georgia. I think the one thing I would encourage a student to do is take advantage of the associate's program. I understand it's a 3-month addition to the program, and that could open up many doors that you wouldn't think would be available now if your goal is to be a mechanic. But if you get that on your resume, it opens up many other opportunities, just because employers look at that and say they have an associate's degree in addition to technical background. People have to have some business acumen in their in their careers, even as technicians. It's kind of weird because I'm just, a normal guy that grew up in a small town in Michigan and decided to come to Lincoln Tech. I wanted to be a mechanic, and things just evolved. So it's a little surreal. I feel real honored, I feel blessed, and it came with a lot of sacrifice and hard work, but I really feel grateful for the opportunity to be recognized.